Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, I'll be sharing with you 4 unique tablescapes that you can easily put together this holiday season. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to be sharing a quality disposable version so you don't have to worry about doing the dishes if that's not your style. This is fantastic if you're having a large celebration or if you are like my family and you just don't care to do the dishes after slaving in the kitchen all day. It's honestly a great way to get a beautiful tablescape without having all the cleanup. With that said, if it's your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And as usual, I'll be listing all the timestamps down below as well, so you can skip forward to the information that interests you most. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so for these table settings, I'll be using my dining table and I'm really going to utilize the wood on the table as a background for each setting. Now for this first setting, I'm going for a warm, neutral look, so I'm starting off with this minimal chiffon table runner. I've used these table runners for so many events, they are so handy, and I'm just gonna grab 2 of them and scrunch them up so they look a little imperfect and they don't look flat. And you're gonna notice I will be using this table runner throughout many of my settings, so you're gonna see just how versatile they are. And then I'm gonna use these 2 gold taper candle holders I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I topped them off with just some simple white candles. Then I'm adding these glass cylinders on each side of the candle holders and filling them up with some white pillar candles that I've used before. These vases are actually something I always like to have on hand. They are another piece that are just super versatile. You can use them for so many different looks, and you can get them really inexpensively at a Dollar Tree or really any craft store. And for this, we're also working with 2 different sizes. I'm working with 2 7.5-inch cylinders and about a 10-inch for the taller ones. Next, I'm adding these glass jar white candles that I picked up at Costco last year. And as you can tell, I have used these plenty. And honestly, guys, they burn for so long, which is why they are so handy. They also sell them at Target for about $1 each, so I'll make sure to list that link down below for you. So I'm just gonna add 2 of these on each side of the table. And then I'm also adding these 2 hobnail vases that I got at Hobby Lobby right here in the center. And then I'm also scattering some acorns and some white pumpkins that I also got at Hobby Lobby across the table. I honestly love the white pumpkins add to the harvest look without taking away from the neutral tablescape. Now I'm going to take some of this pretty pumpas and some of this golden arrow grass, and I'm just going to cut the stems to fit perfectly in my hobnail vases. And of course, any other dried florals you might have on hand would work perfect for this. Now for my table setting, I'm going to be using my everyday household white plates. Now I am a firm believer that you do not need to go out and just buy a whole bunch of plates just to create a beautiful table setting. As you can tell, I'm using a simple, beautiful, modern white plate, but every look I share with you today is going to look completely different. And I'm also going to be pairing that with my everyday gold silverware that I got at Target. Now when it comes to the napkin, something I actually love to do around the holidays is actually just head over to my local craft store, pick out a fabric on sale, and then just cut my own. And that is exactly what I did, so I headed over to Hobby Lobby.
Alright, so let's see what we have here. So this one is $14.99, and then we know that we have that 66% off. This one is $11.99. So with that 66% off, this is gonna come out to about $4, I believe. I'll have to check that math, but yeah, that's pretty good. And I can get about 8 napkins out of a yard, so that's pretty awesome.
I really love this neutral color and this Luxy gold color, and I got them both for less than $10. So I brought them home, took out my fabric scissors, and got to cutting. So I started by folding my fabric in half and evening it out. And then I folded it into 4 perfect squares and cut each of those squares, leaving me with 8 napkins that were each about 14 inches. And of course, when you're cutting, it doesn't have to be perfect. I can tell you right now, mine did not come out perfect, but of course, the more even you can cut it, the better. Little disclaimer, I am in no way a seamstress or anything of the sort, but I will tell you that this is a very easy and inexpensive way to make beautiful textured napkins that you can throw away after dinner or even keep for the following year. I have done this countless years, and I can tell you that not a single guest ever notices that they were hand cut. And my favorite way to present the napkin, especially when I've hand cut them, is actually just to roll it and tie it in a knot. Ooh, guys, and how gorgeous is this napkin? I am obsessed with the color and the texture, and honestly, the price just makes my heart so happy. And I'm just gonna finish it off with these place cards that say thankful for, and then the person's name, and a dried flower that I cut off a bundle that I got at Hobby Lobby. And of course, our guests need a drink out of something, so I'll be using these square wine glasses I already have at home that I purchased on Amazon. And our table is officially set, so it's time to set the mood by lighting our candles. And there you have it, guys, a beautiful, neutral, and warm tablescape, perfect for Thanksgiving.
Am I the only one lost in translation, where nothing makes sense anymore?
And now it is officially time for our next tablescape, so it's time to turn this neutral table setting into something a little more moody. And that's better. I started off by removing all those glass cylinders and vases, and then we're gonna go ahead and replace that centerpiece with this beautiful, large, distressed black vessel I got at Hobby Lobby. This vessel instantly made the table more moody, and then I tossed in a bundle of this dried flax that was half off at Hobby Lobby. And right in between the vessel and the gold candle holders, I placed these small amber brown vases and filled them each with that golden dried grass we used in the last table setting. And all the florals I've been using in these table settings are all in the regular dried floral aisle. These are not seasonal, so you should be able to find these all year round, which I love. And now I'm going to incorporate even more of that amber color with these brown ribbed candle holders. I'm adding a tea light in each one. And to add a little bit more light, I'm going to be adding these ribbed tea light holders from IKEA. I always like to have a ton of these on hand. Lighting is always key to a beautiful tablescape. So I'm just going to scatter a good amount around the table. And to fully complete this tablescape, I'm going to be drying out some orange slices. So to do this, I'm just going to slice some oranges and some blood oranges. I think the blood oranges truly make such a difference to this table. And then I'm just going to lay them out on a pan, just like this. And toss them in the oven at 250 degrees for a couple hours. I definitely recommend doing this in advance, and then from there you can just toss them in a box, even save them for the following year. They last so long and add such a beautiful touch to absolutely everything. And for this tablescape, I added a blood orange slice to every plate that added a beautiful maroon color that I think just completed this table. I am so obsessed with this look, and it is probably what I'm going to do with my family for Thanksgiving this year. Last but not least, I lit all of my candles, and there you have it, guys, a beautiful, moody harvest tablescape.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you
For this next table setting, I'm putting together a neutral Christmas look. For this, I'm starting off with the same table runner, and then I'm placing these large cylinder vases in the center of the table. One is about 13.5 inches, and the other is about 10 inches or so, and we'll be filling these later with some red berry branches. And then I'm going to add those 4 cylinder glass vases that we used earlier, and I'm going to fill each one with those same white pillar candles. And we're going to fill the rest of this table with those glass candle jars. This time I'm putting about 4 or 5 on each side, and when you light all these candles, this table truly comes to life. Next, I'm going to add some of these snowy pine cones all around the table. And for those center vases, I'm going to be adding these faux red berry stems that are nice and snowy and pair perfectly with the pine cones. So I'm just going to cut off the stems by bending it back and forth until it snaps. And I was actually able to get these half off at Hobby Lobby, but truly any red berry branches would work beautiful for this and will really stand out on this natural tablescape. Now to finish this tablescape, I'm going to be using that neutral tone fabric I picked up at Hobby Lobby for my napkins, and I'm just going to roll it up and tie a knot. I feel like the key to these minimalistic looks is really to have a lot of different texture, and I feel that this napkin does just that for this place setting. One thing I really love about tying my napkin like this is if you do happen to have any bad cuts, tying your napkin like this makes them a lot less visible. And to complete the napkin, I'm going to be using this frosted berry brand that I got for $1 at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to cut off a small piece and tuck it into the napkin along with a cinnamon stick for some additional color. And last but not least, I'm adding the speckled place card. I actually made all these place cards for each of these tablescapes on Canva. It was super easy. I made my design on Canva, printed it out on cardstock, and then just cut it out. Canva honestly has so many beautiful fonts that work perfect for this. And now I'm just gonna light all my candles, and it is amazing to see how it instantly comes to life. This is such an easy look that you can create with any type of assortment of candles. The key is really just to use a lot of them and to incorporate different heights. I also love the berry accents, which is just the perfect amount of Christmas cheer for this luxe and classy look. And for our final tablescape, this is going to be another Christmas look, but this one has to be one of my absolute favorites simply because of all the Christmas greens. For this one, I'm putting together 2 faux garlands so that together it looks like a nice thick garland going down the center. And then I'm going to place these black taper candle holders from Hobby Lobby going across the entire garland. I'm going to set them out so I can see what they look like before I start adding them to the garland, and the idea is to mix and match different heights from the beginning to the end. So I'm going to start off with this 3-inch candle holder right here. And then I'm going to add one that's just a little bit taller, and this one is about 4.5 inches tall. And then right back down with this 6.5 inch, and then we'll just continue to mix and match all the way until the end. Now keep in mind, if you don't have a variety of sizes of candle holders, you can also play with the height of the candle instead. So you can use the same exact size candle holder from beginning to end, and then mix and match the sizes of the candles instead. And as you can tell, I'm basically just playing with the greens so that I don't have any open spaces in between the 2 garlands. And each of those candle holders is really nice and tucked into the garland. Now, if you can get your hands on some real garland, that would be beautiful, but I'm actually just using this faux garland that I got at Target, but they also sell some really great ones at Kirkland and Hobby Lobby, so definitely make sure to list some helpful links down below for you. And now I'm just gonna add these simple white taper candles. They're all the same size, but as you can tell, the different heights of the candle holders really add such a beautiful look. Next, we're gonna add some of these snowy pine cones that we use in our last Christmas tablescape. I'm just gonna scatter these pine cones all around the garland, definitely making sure to cover any of those holes that might still be there. And for this table setting, I'm going in again with that square wine glass I used for the others. And this time I'm using a standard white napkin, and to fold it, I'm just going to pick it up right here in the center. And I'm going to use this beautiful black velvet ribbon from Amazon, and I'm just going to tie a bow like so. And I actually got this napkin from a company called the Tablecloth Factory. They have tons of different affordable napkins. They ship super fast, and honestly, these have lasted me so long. I paid about 52 cents per napkin, which was fantastic because you can of course just toss them in the washer and reuse them as much as you want. So if you're not looking to make your own napkins like I did today, this is a really great option to get something affordable and quick. And I'm just using a simple white place card that I created on Canva. I'm going to create a little hole in the corner, and please be careful when you're doing this. It definitely is a good idea to do it against something so you don't cut yourself. All you need is a tiny hole to squeeze your rosemary onto the card along with these beautiful red berries we used in our last setting. And there you have it, guys. It looks absolutely beautiful, but if you did want to add just a little bit more color, you can always play with the napkin, just like I'm doing here. I did want to show you guys what it looks like with a napkin that has just a little bit of color to it. This is actually a fabric I purchased last year that I made napkins out of, and it worked out so beautifully, but I just wanted to show you how you can easily transform the look just by changing the napkin and just changing small details on your tablescape. And to complete our last and final tablescape, I'm gonna finish setting the tables and light these candles, and there you have it, guys. This one is truly my favorite, guys. You can honestly play around with different garlands, different candles, different candle holders, and put together the most beautiful table setting. As promised, I wanted to share some quality disposable options for all my friends who don't want to do the dishes. So I'm gonna replicate my last plate setting with these white plates that look almost identical. They are super sturdy, have that modern, clean look, and it comes in a set that includes the inner and outer plate, which I love so much. And here we have this beautiful gold plastic cutlery. The modern look of each of the pieces really gives it more of a high-end look for plastic cutlery, and my favorite part is that it also includes the mini spoon and the mini fork, which also adds a super elegant touch. And for our cup, I'm using this super sturdy 16-ounce plastic wine glass. These honestly work great for wine, even as a water glass. They look so quality. My husband mistakenly tossed it in the dishwasher and no, it did not make it. So if you'd like to reuse them, which you of course can, make sure to hand wash them. And for some additional plastic cutlery options, I wanted to show you these adorable white and gold silverware. As you can see here, you actually can unscrew these, so I would make sure that they're nice and tight before you lay them on the table. The two-tone in this really gives it a more modern and luxy look, and they also offer it in a black option, which I actually used for Thanksgiving last year and everyone loved them. And if matte is more your style, I also have this super chic matte black option for you as well. And if you are looking for a white plate that has just a little more going on, these gold rimmed white plates might be perfect for you. The gold rim adds the perfect touch of detail while still maintaining that classy look. And there you have it, guys. You have some beautiful disposable options that can really take your table to the next level without having to do the dishes, my friends. Yes, I said it, you can throw it all away. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope that this gave you just some ideas of ways that you can really utilize simple things to put together a beautiful tablescape and hopefully not spend a fortune as well. That is really my goal, to just make it so much easier for you guys, but still leave you with something that you absolutely love. Now with that said, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!